Yeah!
Hey, it's story time!
The Hare and the Tortoise. Once upon a time, there lived a hare in a forest. He was very active and he could run fast. He was very proud of his fast speed. He even boasted of his fast running to all the animals in the jungle. One day, he saw a tortoise in the forest. The tortoise was walking slowly. The hare made fun of the tortoise. "You move very slow. Why can't you run like me?" the hare asked. The tortoise stopped walking and looked at him. "My dear friend, you are so proud of your speed. Let's race and see who runs faster. Are you ready?" The tortoise challenged the hare. The hare laughed at him. "I am ready," and he accepted the challenge. Later, they mutually decided to find a judge. They asked the elephant, and he agreed to be the judge. He marked the distance, and at the starting line, he asked the hare and the tortoise to stand behind the line. The elephant said, "On your mark, get set, go!" And the race began. The hare ran very fast. He soon got out of sight, and the tortoise was left far behind. "Tortoise is so foolish," said the hare and laughed. After a while, the hare stopped and looked back again. "This tortoise is very slow. It will take a very long time to reach the finish line," the hare thought. He decided to eat some carrots. After eating, he went to take rest under a tree and fell asleep. Meanwhile, the tortoise slowly but steadily passed the hare and reached the finish line. The hare suddenly woke up. He started running as fast as he could, but it was already late. By that time, the tortoise had already crossed the finish line. The hare started crying because he lost to the tortoise. So the moral of the story is, slow and steady wins the race. Once upon a time, there was a shepherd boy. He would take his flock of sheep to graze on the fresh grass near the hill. He was accompanied by a dog. One day, he was sitting bored of watching his flock of sheep. He said to himself, "Every day I have to do the same thing. I have nothing to amuse myself here." Suddenly, there was some noise of an animal from the nearby forest area. He was wondering if there was a wolf. He was scared for a while, but he felt thrilled. He thought, what if there was really a wolf over there? He remembered that his master told him to call for help in case of a wolf attack, so that the nearby villagers can come and drive it away. So, he had an idea to amuse himself. He ran towards the village and cried for help. "Wolf! Wolf! The wolf is attacking my sheep!" The villagers who heard the cry dropped all their work. One of the worried villagers said, "Let us go! There is a cry for help from the shepherd boy." All of them ran in great excitement towards the pasture. As they all reached the hill, the boy laughed out loud. "Ha ha ha! There is no wolf! But it was so much fun tricking all of you, the boy said. The villagers were extremely angry and told the boy not to call them for help when there was no wolf in reality. After a few days, the boy again cried out for help. The villagers again ran towards the hill, but they realized that they were pranked by the boy for the second time. They got angry again, warned the boy, and left. The next day, the wolf unexpectedly attacked his sheep. In terror, the boy ran towards the village again and shouted, "Wolf! Wolf! Please help! Wolf! Wolf!" Hearing his cry, the villagers replied, "Such a stupid boy! He thinks he can fool us again?" On that sad day, the mighty wolf killed many of his sheep and then slipped away into the forest. The poor shepherd cried the whole day. He promised himself that he would never lie again. So the moral of the story is, liars are not believed even when they speak the truth. Once upon a time, there was a woodcutter. He was very honest and sincere in his work. Every day, he went into the nearby forest to cut trees. He returned to the village with the woods and sold them to a merchant to earn his living. He was content with a simple lifestyle. One day, while cutting a tree near a lake, he lost the grip over the axe and the axe fell into the lake. He couldn't imagine retrieving it himself because the water was very deep. He became sad, thinking how he will be able to earn his living now as he had only one axe. He was worried. Hence, he started praying to the goddess. After his diligent prayer to the goddess, she appeared in front of him and she asked, "What is the matter, my son?" The woodcutter described the situation to the goddess and requested his axe back. The goddess put her hand deep into the lake and took out a silver color axe and asked, "Is this your axe, son?" The woodcutter looked at the axe and said, "No, this is not my axe." The goddess put her hand back deep into the water again and showed a golden axe and asked, "Is this your axe, my son?" The woodcutter looked at the shining golden color axe and replied, "No." The goddess said, "Please have a look, son. This is a precious golden axe. Are you sure this is not your axe?" "It's not mine," the woodcutter replied. He further said, "A golden axe is not useful for me. How will I cut the trees with it?" The goddess dived down for the third time. And when she came up again, she had the very axe that had been lost. The poor woodcutter was very glad that his axe had been found and could not thank the kind goddess enough. The goddess was greatly pleased with the woodman's honesty. "I admire your honesty," she said, "and as a reward, you may have all 3 axes, the golden and the silver, as well as your own." And the happy woodcutter returned to his home with his treasure. So the moral of the story is, honesty is the best policy. Once upon a time, there lived a farmer in a village with his wife and kids. They led a prosperous life. They had a magical hen which used to lay a golden egg every day. The farmer made a fortune by selling those golden eggs. Gradually, he became filthy rich. However, the farmer was not happy with his life. He wanted more wealth. One day, He asked his wife. The hen lays only one egg every day. She must be carrying all the eggs in her stomach. But I don't know how to take all the eggs out. His wife replied, I have an idea. Let's cut open the stomach of the hen and take out all the eggs. The farmer liked the idea and he agreed to cut the poor hen's stomach. There was not a single trace of an egg. The farmer realized his mistake and cried over losing the precious hen. The moral of the story is, one who desires more loses all. Be satisfied with what you have. The Thirsty Crow. Once upon a time, there was a crow. One hot day, he was feeling thirsty. He was looking for water. He flew all over the city, but he could not find anything. His thirst was increasing in the heat. He felt very weak and tired. The thirsty crow sat on the tree feeling hopeless. Suddenly, he saw a water pitcher below the tree. I think it's a pitcher. Finally, I have found some water to quench my thirst, the crow said. He flew straight down to look inside the pitcher. He found some water, but it was at the bottom of the pitcher. The crow tried very hard to push his head into the pitcher. His beak could not reach the water because the neck of the pitcher was too narrow. He then attempted to tilt the pitcher by pushing it, thinking the water will flow out of the pitcher. But the pitcher was too heavy to get tilted. The crow thought hard for a while. Then he started looking around. He saw some pebbles near the tree. Suddenly, an idea struck him. He started picking up the pebbles one by one, dropping each one into the pitcher. As more and more pebbles filled the pitcher, the water level kept rising. Soon, the water level was high enough for the crow to drink. His plan worked well. So, the moral of the story is, think and work hard. You may find a solution to any problem.
If you like our video and want to watch some more, click on like and subscribe.